Hello everyone, this is the fourth video that I am doing in our series New Year, New You, and this one I'm talking about personal care. So if you missed the other videos, I will link them in the description or the comments depending on where this video is. And today we were talking about toxins and personal care. I'm going to do my best to keep this one short because just like the food video, I can talk a lot about personal care. The first thing I want to just kind of talk about are toxins. So toxins can enter our bodies through lots of different ways. We can breathe them in, we can eat foods that have toxins in them, and it gets into our bloodstream and into our body has to process and get rid of it. And if it is not able to get rid of it, then it has to store it. And that's when it really becomes an issue because you obviously don't want toxins being stored in your body. Sometimes there's just a very little bit of a toxic ingredient in a product that you're using, but you use it often and it accumulates in your body, and that toxin load that your body has just increases, and then it kind of can affect lots of other areas of your life, especially your physical health. So you want to get rid of toxins, obviously, in your environment whenever possible. And a lot of toxins I found were in personal care products, and they were very surprising what the ingredients were. And I was honestly shocked that it was allowed. There's lots of other countries like over in Europe where they ban certain ingredients that have been found to be harmful. Like studies have proven these ingredients are harmful, so they ban them from cosmetic products and personal care products in that country. Unfortunately, our country doesn't do the same thing. The last time I checked was like 8 years ago, and we had banned 11 ingredients compared to Europe's like 1,100 ingredients. And the last time I checked, 8 years later, it was still 11. Like thousands and thousands of things have been invented and created in this 8 years, but we're still sitting at 11. So unfortunately, you as the consumer need to do your own research and protect yourself, because the agencies and things that are supposed to be regulating things and protecting the consumer, in my humble opinion, are not doing a very good job. So that's my spiel on that. Toxins can really impact your health because they're stressing your body out. They most of the time target your hormones, so your endocrine system. Your hormones have so many jobs in the body, and when your hormones are kind of out of whack, lots and lots of other areas of your body can be out of whack. So what can you do? The best thing to do is to start reading the ingredients on your products. When we started our health journey almost 9 years ago, we were reading the ingredients of our food because we were eating it, right? We were ingesting it. I wasn't even thinking about the lotions and the toothpaste and the other things that are also absorbed into our body, because your skin is the largest organ and it absorbs anything you put on it. So if you're putting lotion on your face, the ingredients of that lotion have the potential to soak into your skin and get into your bloodstream. And it's a pretty standard process for your skin to absorb things. That's just the way it was designed. So you want to start flipping over those bottles that you have and reading all of the ingredients. Now, when we started, this task overwhelmed me. I was just completely blown away with the ingredients list, and I would have to research because obviously I didn't know what the word was. It can be very overwhelming. So if you're feeling like overwhelmed and like this is too much, I want you to stop, like take a time out and just pick some spot in your house to start. We started under our kitchen sink, and I had like 15-ish bottles of cleaning type products that I kept under the kitchen sink that I went through first. And I would just go through like a couple each day. So, okay, I have this window cleaner. Okay, I have this stove cleaner. Let's look at the ingredients, look them up, research them to see if I am okay with using them. Because the thing about cleaning products is a lot of us don't read the directions and we're not always using them properly. There's a certain kind of wipe, I won't say the name, but there are wipes that you buy. Lots of teachers use them in their classrooms. They claim that they kill all kinds of bad things. The problem is, if you read the directions on their bottles, it says to wipe the area and then let it dry And sometimes it even says wipe it with gloves on your hands or wash your hands after you use it. So those are kind of like red flags for me. I don't want to be cleaning with something that I have to use gloves, because that ingredient that makes me have to wear gloves is probably not good to be on the surface that I'm going to be using, on the tables that my children are eating off of. You know, kids put everything in their mouths, or the toys that they're playing with, or even the fumes that it's going to put off when I'm actually cleaning and I'm breathing it in. So go through your ingredient list and research the ingredients. Just type it into an internet search. You can find tons of information, probably more than you'll ever want to know, but it's very easy to determine kind of quickly whether it's a good ingredient or a bad ingredient. And then you have to make the decision, can I live without this cleaner? Can I live without this lotion? Can I find a replacement that's actually going to benefit my health instead of causing my body this toxic accumulation of gunk because I can't break it down? Unfortunately, our environment is full of lots of toxins. We've got pesticides all over. There's all kinds of things just floating in our air. So when you leave your house, obviously you don't want to be stuck in your house all the time. You have to get outside. You want to get that natural sunshine. Whatever it is that you're doing outside, you're going to be exposed to all kinds of environmental toxins that are completely out of your control. But the good thing about looking at your personal care products is you're totally in control of those things. So you can bring those in to your little area where you're looking at your ingredients, and maybe you have it right next to your computer where you're typing the ingredient to look it up, and you have total control of that. You are the gatekeeper of your home. So I want you to be empowered and not overwhelmed. And if you can't do a whole section of your house, just pick one product, maybe the cleaner that you use the most, and look at that and try and find a replacement. We were able to simplify, which was amazing. The cleaners and things that were under our sink, it was like the whole thing was full of different cleaners. And now we have one that we use to clean all different areas of the home. And it's amazing. And it's plant-based, it's natural, it doesn't have any of the yuckies in there. It's just amazing to have that and know. But I don't want to overwhelm you. So again, I will say, if this is like, oh, I can't do this, just pick one thing. Just pick one area. Maybe you want to look at your makeup. Maybe you want to look in the bathroom. Maybe you want to look under the kitchen sink like we did. Just pick something and start there, and then go at your own pace. There's no, it's not a race. There's no like time limit. But know that each little change that you're making is a good change. And over time, those little tiny changes are going to add up to a really big health benefit for you and your family. You want to make sure that you're pitching as much as you can that has the word fragrance in it. That was one of the easiest things to look for. It's either fragrance or perfume. Sometimes they spell it like parfum, but it's a loophole for companies that they can put that word there and they don't have to disclose what that means. So it could be 2 chemicals that they created in the lab to smell like lavender or peppermint or whatever it is that they're saying it is. Or it could be hundreds of different chemicals that they've mixed together to make your nose think it's smelling whatever the scent is. So fragrance is one that's super easy to look for. Whenever I'm in the store or considering buying a product, I will always check for that word in the ingredient list. It's really easy to remember. If it's there, I will not buy it because I don't want to have that thing in my house. We get rid of fragrances everywhere because they are all over the place. So fragrances are something that you want to avoid at all costs. They're toxic, they disrupt your hormones. Do you really want to have something in your house that is going to be causing all of these problems just because it smells good? You got to kind of weigh it out here. It's going to be a trade-off. One thing that was super hard for us to get rid of was candles. I loved candles, so we have replaced them with diffusers, and you just add essential oils to the diffusers and it creates that scent that you might have with a candle, only it's a natural way because you're using essential oils instead of fake things like chemicals. Another idea, if you like that, those plug-in refreshener things for the air, you could cook something on your stove. Like there's different simmer recipes that create that nice smell. You could do lots of baking and that makes great smells, and that goes back to our first video where we talked about food. The closer you can get to nature, the better. So if you're baking, it's better for your body and you're smelling up your house with those good baking smells. So We choose to use essential oils to scent things and not chemicals. And I am way over what time I want it to be, so I will wrap it up. If you want even more information on toxins and kind of going through this process that we went through, I will drop a link to a Canva webinar presentation that I did that's free that you can check out, and I will put that in the description for you. I'm just going to close again with a verse. This one's from Proverbs 31:30. It says, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." So we are talking about personal care products. I didn't have a lot of time to go into makeup. If you want more information on a specific product, you can drop that in the comments and I can get you that information. But just remember that we are trying to do what's best for our body and what's best for our health. We are focusing on what we can control and not what's out of our control.